It is Royal Rumble week, and yet here I am once again doing another video. I have been very active this week on this channel, and I'm happy about that. I'm happy that I've been active. I'm happy that I'm back sitting in this chair. I got my microphone back and running again, my Wwe Nxt USB microphone running again. And I'm happy again that I'm doing all this stuff, starting the year right, if you will, back with this channel. But more importantly, this is another installment of Around the Point here on YouTube.com. I want to thank all of you for tuning in back into the channel, watching this video. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button down below, give the video a big old thumbs up, and share it through social media. You can follow me on Twitter at HeelSteven. Before I go any further, I want to let you guys know that Around the Point is now available on some of these major podcasting platforms that you see right now. It's available on Apple Podcast, Stitcher Radio, TuneIn, Google Play Music, and obviously over at Anchor. These are the available podcasting platform that Around the Point is available on right now. So if you have these platforms, give us a follow. If you have Apple Podcasts, hit the follow there as well. Give us the 5-star rating. It helps the podcast in the long run. It really would be appreciated if you will. And yes, we'll be available on more platforms as time goes on. And I'll keep you guys posted when we are available on other podcasting platforms. But these are the ones that were available right now, that being Around the Point. But this is your NXT review for January 22nd, 2020. I know I'm a day late. As you guys remember, yesterday I did my Dynamite review live on the channel. It's also available on Anchor, where you can download and listen on the go. Also on Google Play Music, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, and so on and so forth, like I mentioned. So this will also be available on those platforms as well. Links to all of those down below in the description box below. So now you know, if you didn't know. And I thought overall, NXT last night was honestly a very enjoyable show. I caught it late, obviously, because I was watching Dynamite. I thought Dynamite as well was good, even though they had audio issues with the wind and shit like that. They had that terrible Britt Baker promo. And the one thing that I'll give them an advantage was they were at sea. They were on a ship. I thought that was creative as shit. In a different location, not in an arena. Speaking of AEW, I will be attending Dynamite on March 25th when they come to the Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey. So if you're going to be going to that show, let me know and all that fun stuff. So we kick things off with the NXT. Again, guys, give me your thoughts in the comments below, your thoughts on NXT, if you enjoyed the show or not, and all that fun stuff. If not, let me know on Twitter, at HeelSteven. So we kick things off with NXT with the semifinal match, because we had two semifinal matches of the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. We now know which teams are going to the finale. We also have a new North American champion, time to bask in his glory. And we had some more, I guess, follow-up things to get you excited for Worlds Collide. But we kicked the show off with the first semifinal match of the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. We had the Undisputed Era's Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly versus the grizzled young veterans of James Drake and Zach Gibson. And I thought this was a very good way to kick off the show. Good tag team wrestling here. Good back and forth by both teams here. The crowd was into this too. What I like to, it's obvious, listen, Worlds Collide in a couple of days. It's NXT versus NXT UK. So you want to give these guys from NXT UK some momentum, some exposure. So I think it's great that you give them the exposure, especially on a platform like the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic, which is an NXT tradition every single year. Awesome. Good. A win for everyone. And it looked like the Undisputed Era of Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly were going to get the win. It did look like in that way, because they were talking about how the Undisputed Era they're trying to be the second team, or my bad, the first team to win it twice. The first to win it twice, that being the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. And it looked like it was going to go that way, but Imperium, they caused a distraction. They were literally on this balcony that was on top of the announcer's table, right? And they were staring down at the Undisputed Era, which caused a distraction, which caused JYV to hit the Ticket to Mayhem on Kyle O'Reilly to win the match. So that is a shock win. JYV go on to the finale, and the Undisputed Era are eliminated. But again, all this got more momentum, got more fuel going into the main event of Worlds Collide as the Undisputed Era face off with Imperium. We then have the second match on the show. We had Toni Storm versus Io Shirai, the rematch of the Mae Young Classic. They talked on commentary how these two women had matches before in Japan, and they've gone to draws in Stardom. And how Toni Storm this Saturday is facing Rhea Ripley for the NXT Championship. I'm saying that because now word is going around that for going forward, they will no longer refer to the NXT Women's Championship as the Women's Championship, but now it'll be referred to the NXT Championship. It'll be referred to as the NXT Championship, which I get it, it's all about equality, but at the same time, I'm sitting here wondering, what do we call Adam Cole's title now? Is it the NXT Men's Championship? I don't fucking know. Confusing, but I get what they're trying to do. Fine. They all talked about how Toni Storm has wins over Rhea Ripley. Remember, Toni Storm took the NXT UK Women's Championship off Rhea Ripley a couple of months ago at that takeover show in Blackpool, and she has a win over her over at NXT UK. So basically, Toni Storm is 2-0. She has momentum, and this match ended in a disqualification when Bianca Belair came out and interfered, attacking both Toni Storm and Io Shirai. Remember, last week, Bianca Belair eliminated Io Shirai in that Battle Royal to become the number one contender to face either, in this case, Toni Storm or Rhea Ripley at TakeOver Portland. I think 2 weeks from now. I think that's what it is. 2 weeks from now, I think it is. 2 weeks from Sunday. So there's that. Out came Rhea Ripley. They brawl. And all you see then is a fatal four-way of just a brawl of all four women that were in there. At the end of it all, Toni Storm is the last woman standing, holding on to the NXT Championship, staring down at Rhea Ripley. I look forward to their match on Saturday. I don't see Rhea Ripley losing the title, to be honest with you, but I do believe they'll have a fun match. We then, from here, go on to Finn Balor, who he completely squashed Joaquin Wilde, the former DJZ from Impact Wrestling. Complete squash. Hit him with the coup de grace, then the 1916 for the win. It was mentioned that at Worlds Collide, Finn Balor is facing Ilja Dragunov. And that's going to be a fucking amazing match. We already know that already. If you have not seen Ilja Dragunov, you are in for a treat. It's the first time if Saturday's the first time you're watching him, you are in for a fucking treat. I guarantee you that. There's not a doubt in my mind. These two guys are going to go out there and just tear it up. Believe you me when I say that shit. And I look forward to their match. We had then Shayna Baszler versus Shotzi Blackheart. Remember last week in that Battle Royal, Shotzi Blackheart eliminated Shayna Baszler from the Battle Royal. A shock elimination. So here is Shotzi's debut match and a losing effort to Shayna Baszler. Don't get me wrong, Shotzi had some moments here and there, but it was all said and done. Shayna locked in that Kirifuda clutch, and Shotzi just tapped out. Here's the thing too, and I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I've been this long fan of Shotzi Blackheart. I know the people that have been. I remember watching her a couple of years ago on Impact Wrestling. And I said then that, I'm just not into the character. Because at the time, they were bringing anyone from the independents on television and just no one gave a shit. And again, from what I saw, she held her own. But I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I've been this long time Shotzi Blackheart fan like some people do in the community. Because that's the norm, I feel like, at times. When someone signs to WWE or AEW from the independents, people want to pretend like they've been this long time fan when they haven't really. So I'm not going to do that. Good for her that she signed. She held her own with Shayna Baszler for what it was worth. And I think, again, in the long run, she's going to be a big-time player in NXT. So there you go with that. We had a video package hyping up Dakota Kai and Tegan Nox. They're going to go at it next week. I could have sworn they could have put this at the TakeOver show, but it is what it is. We had the second semifinal match of the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. We had the Broserweights of Pete Dunne and Matt Riddle versus Imperiums of Fabian Aichner and Marcel Barthel. Another good match. I did enjoy for what it was worth. Good back and forth. The crowd seemed into this too. I like the fact that they have some impromptu teams here. In this case, being Matt Riddle and Pete Dunne. They meshed very well. I thought it was great. They got the win. Dunne pinned Fabian Aichner after a combination of the bro to sleep and Enziguri. And there was that. At the end of the match, when it was all said and done, the grizzled young veterans confronted the Broserweights, setting up the finals for the Dusty Road Tag Team Classic, which is going to take place next week. Again, I like the fact, and I said this before in the beginning of this review, that we're giving a lot of these NXT UK wrestlers, or talents, if you will, the platform to shine here on Wednesday nights. Again, Worlds Collide coming up in a couple of days. Makes more sense, but I want to see more of that in the long run with NXT. We then get the main event of the night being between Keith Lee versus Roderick Strong, who would defend the North American Championship. This match went about 30-something minutes. I'm amazed that someone like Keith Lee was able to hold his own for that long, considering his size and what he was able to do. It's fucking amazing. Good stuff here. Roderick Strong was working on Keith Lee's ankle throughout the match, and it looked like, again, that Keith Lee was going to tap out a moment when he was locking the ankle lock. Yet all members of the Undisputed Era, literally on the outside, tried to distract Keith Lee during the match to no avail. When it was all said and done, Keith Lee pinned Roderick Strong after he hit the Ground Zero Fireman's Carry, the power slam, which he's now calling the Big Bang Catastrophe, which I was hoping he pinned with the Spirit Bomb, but it is what it is. He became the new North American champion. And after the match, Imperium confronted the Undisputed Era, and the two teams brawled. There's a moment where Adam Cole does a super kick, right? He does a super kick on Walter. He tries to, but Walter catches the foot, and Walter just does this crazy chop on the Adam Cole. Cole goes flying, and that's how they close the show. With the crowd chanting, "Let them fight, let them fight." Again, getting people excited for Worlds Collide, Rumble weekend. I'm all for that. Awesome. Good way to kick off, good way to end the show. Good way to have a go-home show to Worlds Collide. At least still, even years later, NXT is doing a better job on doing go-home shows than the main roster, which is sad, but it's true. Okay? But that was overall NXT. I'll say this too, before I wrap this up here. The Rumble this Sunday, I'm pretty sure we'll have some NXT talents in the Rumble match. I'm pretty sure Keith Lee will be in the match too. If there's anyone that I personally would like to see be the Iron Man in the Rumble, why not Keith Lee? I know Punk said he wants to see him win. That's kind of reaching, but again, if he's not winning, let him be the Iron Man person in the match. But we shall see. Guys, give me thoughts in the comments below. Your thoughts on NXT. Did you enjoy the show or not? Did you enjoy Dynamite? Let me know in the comment threads. Follow me on Twitter at HeelSteven. Make sure, again, you are checking out Around the Point on all the podcasting platforms that we're available on. We're available on iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, Google Play Music, and also over at Anchor. Links are in the description box as well as the Facebook page for HeelSteven. So again, click on those links. Hit the follow. If you're on Apple Podcasts, hit that 5-star review. With that 5-star, give us a review as well. It helps out the show in the long run. That's going to be it for me. I am out. Thank you all for watching. As always, hate, comment, and subscribe. And I will be doing a live reaction to not just one, but 2 Rumble matches, the men and the women this Sunday. This is a crazy weekend. You have literally tomorrow, Friday, NWA's Hard Times. Saturday, you have Worlds Collide from NXT and NXT UK. And then Sunday's the Royal Rumble. Holy shit, what a weekend. But more importantly, guys, this has been Around the Point. Peace out, y'all.